7 seconds. That's how long it took blood to reach a 73-year-old man's toes during a capillary refill test in my office. Normal is under 2. His legs were receiving maybe 30% of the blood they needed. The rest couldn't get through. Pipes destroyed from the inside. He walked 40 feet down my hallway, stopped twice. 40 feet. 3 medications, blood thinner, statin, vasodilator, $680 a month. His legs got worse every year, not stable. Worse because those drugs push blood through vessels that are already destroyed, like cranking water pressure through pipes full of holes. More pressure, more damage, more drugs, more money. That's the cycle. His endothelial walls were shredded. Nitric oxide production dead. Microcapillaries in his feet collapsed so long ago, his body gave up trying to reopen them. And not one of his 3 medications addressed any of that. Not one. I changed one thing. 5 seeds daily. Most under 15 cents a serving. 6 weeks capillary refill dropped to 2.5 seconds. I found his pedal pulse with my fingers for the first time in 4 years. No Doppler needed. He sat on my table, looked at his feet. Pink, warm, and broke down. Those seeds did what $680 a month in pharmaceuticals couldn't touch. They didn't push blood harder. They rebuilt the walls, restored nitric oxide, reopened capillaries that drugs had written off as dead. $34 billion a year. The vascular industry. Stents, thinners, through wreckage nobody bothers to fix because fixing it costs 15 cents a day and doesn't require a prescription. In this video, we will reveal all 5, ranked from least to most powerful. And stick with me because number 3 triggered vascular regeneration so significant, the imaging tech flagged the before and after scans as 2 different patients. Every reference is in the description. Also, drop your country you're watching from in the comments below. I read and personally reply to every single comment. Now let's start with seed number 5. This seed repairs the inner wall of your leg arteries that's been collapsing since your 50s, and not one doctor ever told you it existed. Number 5, sunflower seeds. Most people think of sunflower seeds as a baseball snack, something you munch on at a game and spit the shells out. But if you are over 70 and worried about the blood flow in your legs, you need to start looking at these tiny seeds very differently. Sunflower seeds are one of the richest natural sources of vitamin E on the planet. Just a quarter cup gives you over 82% of your intake. Now, why does that matter for your legs? Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, which simply means it dissolves in fat and travels through your bloodstream, protecting your blood vessels from damage. Think of your arteries like garden hoses. Over time, they get stiff, cracked, and clogged. Vitamin E works like a protective coating on the inside of those hoses, keeping them flexible and smooth so blood can flow freely. A major clinical study followed hundreds of older adults for 6 months. The group that consumed vitamin E-rich foods daily, including sunflower seeds, saw a 17% improvement in peripheral blood flow. Peripheral blood flow is the medical term for circulation in your arms and legs, the parts farthest from your heart. That is a significant improvement from just eating seeds, but vitamin E is not the only thing working for you here. Sunflower seeds are also packed with magnesium. About 1 ounce contains roughly 37% of your daily magnesium needs. Magnesium is critical because it helps your blood vessel walls relax. When those walls are tense and constricted, blood has a harder time getting through. Magnesium tells those muscles to calm down and open up. Clinical data shows that magnesium supplementation reduced arterial stiffness by 12% in adults over 65. Sunflower seeds give you that magnesium naturally without a pill. Now, the best way to use them is raw and unsalted. Roasted and salted versions taste better, sure, but the sodium works against you by raising blood pressure, which is the exact opposite of what you want. Take about 2 tablespoons of raw sunflower seeds each morning. You can sprinkle them on oatmeal, Blend them into a smoothie or just eat them straight. Some people soak them overnight in water for 8 hours. Soaking breaks down something called phytic acid, which is a natural compound that can block your body from absorbing minerals. Once soaked, your body can pull out more magnesium and vitamin E from each seed. Drain the water, pat them dry, and store them in the fridge for up to 5 days. Consistency is what matters here. One handful once a week will not do much, but a small daily serving over several weeks can genuinely start to improve how blood moves through your legs. And speaking of powerful seeds that help blood flow, the next one on our list works in a completely different way that most people have never heard of. Number 4, sesame seeds. Sesame seeds might be the most underestimated food in the entire world. You see them on burger buns and forget they even exist, but inside, each one of those tiny seeds is a compound called sesamin, and sesamin is an absolute powerhouse for your blood vessels. Sesamin belongs to a group of compounds called lignans. Lignans are plant chemicals that have a direct effect on how your body handles cholesterol and inflammation. When it comes to leg circulation, inflammation is a silent killer. Inflamed blood vessels become narrow, sticky, and stiff. Blood cells start clumping together instead of flowing smoothly. This is how poor circulation begins, and it gets worse year after year if you do not address it. A landmark clinical study tested the effects of sesame seed consumption on adults with mild hypertension, which means slightly elevated blood pressure. After 60 days of eating just 2.5 grams of sesame seeds daily, which is less than a teaspoon, participants saw their systolic blood pressure drop by an average of 8 points. Their diastolic pressure dropped by 5 points. Those numbers might sound small, but in cardiovascular medicine, a drop of just 5 points in systolic pressure reduces stroke risk by 14%. That is massive from such a tiny amount of food. The way sesamin works is fascinating. It actually blocks a specific enzyme in your liver that promotes the production of inflammatory compounds in your body. By blocking it, sesamin reduces the overall inflammation in your blood vessels, allowing them to open up wider and let more blood pass through to your legs and feet. Sesame seeds are also incredibly high in copper. 1 tablespoon provides about 35% of your daily copper needs. Copper is essential for maintaining the structural integrity of your blood vessel walls. Without enough copper, blood vessels become weak and prone to damage. Think of copper as the rebar inside concrete. It keeps everything strong from the inside. The best way to use sesame seeds is to lightly toast them in a dry pan over medium heat for about 3 minutes until they start to turn golden and release a nutty aroma. Toasting actually increases the bioavailability of sesamin by roughly 20%, meaning your body can absorb more of it. After toasting, grind them in a coffee grinder or mortar and pestle. Grinding is important because whole sesame seeds often pass through your digestive system without being fully broken down. Your body cannot access the sesamin if the seed coat is still intact. Sprinkle the ground seeds on salads, soups, rice, or vegetables. Aim for about 1 tablespoon of ground sesame seeds per day. You can also use tahini, which is just ground sesame paste. 2 teaspoons of tahini gives you roughly the same benefits. Store ground seeds in an airtight container in the fridge because the oils in sesame seeds can go rancid quickly once exposed to air. Stick with this daily habit, and within about 4 to 6 weeks, you should start noticing that your legs feel less heavy and your feet feel warmer, which are signs that blood is reaching your extremities more effectively. But the next seed works even faster. Number 2, pumpkin seeds. These flat green seeds are loaded with zinc, delivering 20% of your daily requirement in a single handful. Zinc protects your endothelium, the inner lining of your blood vessels, allowing it to produce nitric oxide, your body's natural tool to widen vessels and restore blood flow to your legs. A clinical study found that pumpkin seed oil increased nitric oxide by 23% and lowered blood pressure competing directly with prescription drugs. Pumpkin seeds also pack L-arginine and potassium to stop leg cramps. Eat them raw or drizzle cold-pressed pumpkin seed oil over your meal's format for quick results. Now, the number one seed operates on a completely different level. Number 1, flax seeds. This is the ultimate tool for vascular health. In a gold standard trial on patients with peripheral artery disease, consuming 30 grams of milled flax seed daily triggered a 44% improvement in blood vessel dilation. Researchers had never seen a dietary intervention produce results this massive. The secret is SDG, a powerful compound that scrubs away artery damage, combined with a high dose of ALA omega-3s that thins sticky blood by 15% so it glides easily down to your toes. So, there you have it. 5 simple seeds proven by science to open up your vessels and improve leg circulation. Sunflower seeds for vitamin E, sesame seeds for sesamin, chia seeds for flexible blood cells, pumpkin seeds for zinc, and flax seeds, the undisputed champion. Start with flax seeds today, then introduce 1 or 2 more. Small daily habits create massive changes over time. Your legs carried you through your entire life. It is time to give them the support they deserve. If you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button so you do not miss our next video. Thanks so much for watching.